Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Knittique here in Elk Grove, California, and knittikeyarns.com coming to you live on Thursday. Feels like forever since I've done this.
I know.
I'm like, I know we did it last Thursday, but it feels like it's been longer than that. So I'm like, do I remember how to do this? But we have a fun-filled video for you guys this morning. We'll talk about our new grand prize, give away a daily prize, talk about some cold weather worthy yarn, because it is now finally chilly here in Northern California.
Yay, it's sock weather.
Right? I know. I have knit socks on today too. I have a Susan knit pair on.
Yay. I have to show everybody because I totally squirreled on it what Karen... The sweater is, the arm is holding the bag. That is so cute.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how she did that. If it's like, is it just
I think it's just tucked in there, yeah. But when after I started the video, I went, wait, what? It's so cute.
How'd you do that?
It's totally distracting me.
The store gets Karen on a regular basis. We were joking because we regularly can't find things because she's moved it. And so then we shout Karen. And so I was like, they need to make a horror movie called The Karening, where nothing is where you left it. No, we like Karen. Don't do that. Love Karen.
Oh my goodness. The Karening, that's hilarious.
It would be a good plot that everything goes missing all the time because the ghosts are moving it or something.
We've been Karened.
Exactly. See, she thinks it's funny.
Just not a horror movie.
It's just the name sounds like a horror movie. That's why I went there. But
Melanie, you finished your sweater. That's awesome.
I just saw that when I popped on Facebook to start the video this morning and was like, oh, it's so pretty. I have to go back and look at that.
Yes, definitely.
But I didn't have time to truly look because I had to be on time for you guys. So I will look more later, Melanie, but congratulations. It's gorgeous. Okay, so for our grand prize, we have a fabulous combo with our pattern Brassavola, which uses one skein of merino cloud and 600 yards of the silk mohair. For our prize, we have one skein of merino cloud in this gorgeous color 1004H, which is like a almost black with lavender and olive green highlights to it. So you're getting just a little bit of color.
I don't know how I don't have this color yet.
I don't know, but hopefully after yesterday's video, Danielle was able to order more.
Ooh, that'd be exciting.
Now we all want it. And then we've paired it with this gorgeous lavender mohair.
Oh my god, that's so pretty.
And the way this pattern works, you alternate between holding the two yarns together and using the mohair by itself, so it gives you a little bit of opacity play in your stripes. But otherwise, a very fun and easy bias knit. All you have to know how to do is knit, purl, make one, knit two together. That's it. And how you get entered into the grand prize drawing every time you make a purchase, whether it's here live in the boutique, online at knittikeyarns.com, or even over the phone with us, then you're going to get one entry. That is from the 1st through the 15th of November. And it is cumulative. If you purchase 10 times, you're going to get 10 entries. If you purchase 20 times, you'll get 20 entries. And then on Wednesday the 16th, we will draw to see who the winner is.
You sure we can't win that one?
Yes, I'm sure.
All right.
Trust me, I already tried to smuggle that one out of the prizes. Like, nope, this one, I didn't actually. But
we wish we had.
A thought crossed my mind, and then I kicked it right back out again. Like, no.
Nope.
That's bad.
We are good peeps.
We don't do that. We save the yarn for our peeps because we can buy our own. Then we have for today's daily prize, Sunset in the Desert, which is a really fun knit purl pattern that creates this kind of like ripply basket weave look because it's triangles instead of rectangles. And we've paired it with one skein of Noro in that gorgeous soft color that used to be called color number 1, but I swear they've changed it a lot of times now because in this case it's now 211.
Well, at least it has a 1 in it.
Right? And so one skein will be enough to make the small, just not the full 10-inch height. Like it'll probably do a 6-inch which is still a good sized cowl for wearability. And how you get entered into the daily drawing is by doing what you're already doing, interacting with our video. If you react with any of the, I swear it gets moved all the time.
know.
There we go. If you react with any of these fabulous bubbles down here, then you get 1 entry per reaction. And then if you comment on the video, every comment gives you 5 entries. Or if you want to improve your entries very quickly, you can share the video with the little arrow in the corner. The quickest ones are to your friends, to your stories. There's lots more options. You can send in Messenger under more options. There's feed, profile, group, page. You can go crazy and share it all sorts of places. But for each share, you want to come back to the video that you shared and comment shared to and where. So we shared to my stories and we shared to my friends. And they all think I have a yarn obsession, and they're not wrong.
We do. We do have an obsession.
Like, there are worse things to be obsessed with, okay?
Yeah.
So I will take it. So every share gets you 11 entries per share. And then the next day, we draw to see who the winner is off of that prize. So today's prize winner will be determined based on yesterday's video interactions. There we go. And let's see who 'tis.
Chris Lapisto, congratulations. We know you are local, so next time you come in, just let us know you have a prize and we will get it from our cabinet. If you win and you're not local, just let us know in the notes that you have a prize and we will include it in your package when we ship it. Because we like to do it all in one package, because otherwise the mailman has, he has a magic bag, but sometimes we have too much for his magic bag.
Sometimes he has to run back to the truck, and I think we're only the 3rd store on his walk around the shopping center, and he's like, well, I'm going back to the
I'll be back.
I'm going back to the car.
We got more huckleberry caramels.
Oh, they're so delicious.
Is it caramel or caramel?
I think that's a regional thing.
Mm.
Kind of like, tomato, tomato.
Yeah. It's one of those weird words.
I think it just depends on where you live of what's the quote-unquote right way to say it. I feel like most people know what you mean, whether you say it caramel or caramel.
Darla, you can always watch the video when it's, watch the recording later and make comments then, as long as you do it before, 8 o'clock the next day.
Yep.
You get in the drawing. As long as you make some comments. Oh, Nancy, go to the gym. Take us with you.
Why are we going to the gym?
Because it's good for you.
Ew.
Oh, Kathy loves the hats behind you. Those are super fun. Karen did that.
Karen made us a fabulous hat tree.
Whole variety. We got worsted weight, super bulky, fingering.
All right.
Maybe we need a DK hat up there.
Pop this link in here and then show you guys the wonderful yarn.
Oh, Marla spelled them differently. I like it. Caramel and caramel. That's so funny. And why is it caramel and then the town is Carmel?
Because
Are they spelled different?
The name of Carmel is not English based.
True. It's probably Spanish.
The candy probably is English based. It's linguistics. We'd have to ask somebody like Brennan who
I know.
this stuff.
Language is weird.
Excuse me, boss lady. Can we have your child that's
we need to borrow
major on speed dial? I feel like the answer is no.
Probably not.
I'd drive him crazy with
I know, wouldn't we?
1,000 questions. He'd be like, I'm blocking you now. Okay,
right.
So we got a full restock on one of my favorite yarns, and it is the perfect weather for it now because it is chilly out, even here in Northern California. This is Baby Alpaca Grande by Plymouth Yarns. It is a bulky weight yarn that is scrumptiously soft because it is 100% baby alpaca. Recommended needle size 10.5 needles, and it has a wonderful 110 yards per skein. So there are lots of one skein wonder level projects out there, which, you know, as we go, I will end up showing you guys a few.
Glenna, you're funny.
Just to stay ahead of myself, I'm going to pop a couple links in the chat now and show them to you shortly.
Glenna says English is like, whose line is it? The words are made up and the points don't matter.
Oh, I forgot about that, Joe. But this first beautiful color that you see is 7796, which is one of the more slightly heathered colors in kind of that cranberry red. Or if you want a little warmer, but still more of a blue red, there's color 2050. So you can see it's a lot less burgundy, a little more true red. Or if you want like a bright, vibrant holiday red that is more of a warm red, this is color number 2060.
Did they all start with 20?
No, this one, the heather, has a different.
Okay.
Starts with 77. So 7796, 2050, 2060.
That's a good ombre.
Right? I'm like, it's the start to one of those fabulous blankets.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, a glamping blanket out of this.
It's gonna be lovely.
Wow.
Or this really cute top that I found this morning. It's funny, I actually saw it yesterday when Danielle was flipping through stuff, and I was like, go back, it's super cute. That you could ombre this one, you could color block it, but this is Color Block Slip Over by Suvi Knits. And you only need like 1 to 2 skeins of each color, except your main color. I think you need 2 to 3. You could easily get away with, for sure, only one of the neck color if you decided that you didn't want the turtleneck level ribbing, which for me, I would not turtleneck it. And then just do your like 4 colors there, and then you could even have this color just be the neckline so that it's not as contrasty. But I love the shaping on this one. This is another one that has the contiguous sleeve shaping method, which if you've never done it is really cool. It gives you the look of a set-in sleeve without having to go back and sew things together later. All the shaping is built in as you knit, and it creates a wonderful garment shape. And this one has sizes from a 37 to a 62 1/4.
That's an awesome range. It's so cute.
I know, it's super cute. I really like Suvi Knits. If you like kind of classic style garments, she has great patterns. I mean, just fabulous. Then if you want a 1 skein wonder project, this basket case beanie is perfect.
That's a funny name.
The name cracks me up, of course. But just a little basket weave stitch pattern, knits and purls, nothing crazy. The hardest part is counting to 5.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
That's what stitch markers are for. And 1 skein will make the hat no problem. She says one size really does fit almost all because the stitch pattern creates a lot of give and bounce back, which means it's very stretchy but doesn't stretch out easily.
So it'll fit me and Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tiny head. She has a lot of hair.
Oh, and I have a wide but short head.
Question is, does it fit LM?
Oh, does she wear hats?
Probably not. It would give her hat head.
Flatten all that beautiful
I know,
hair of
right?
hers. But so those are just a couple fun projects that you can do out of the yarn, a 1 skein wonder and a garment.
Right, Marie? Better have a dozen stitch markers. Seriously, I can't count a pattern beyond 3, and then I'm like, nope, I need markers, even if it's every 6 stitches. Actually, I have my Life Under the Sea has one every 8 stitches.
Then we have a gorgeous
Ooh, that's
kind of
pretty.
mustard yellow, 5762. I'm going to run out of room, so I'm going to put some behind me. Because there are a lot of colors of this fabulous yarn. Then we have a gorgeous leaf green, 7562.
I want to call it lettuce,
It is very lettucey.
but I don't know which kind of lettuce.
Probably romaine.
That's what I was thinking.
Romaine's at least a tiny bit good for you, whereas like iceberg is like, why are you eating that?
Now I want Swiss chard.
That was very specific.
I know. Swiss chard, a whole lot of butter, some polenta. Oh, so good.
We've lost Susan.
Cook it all in butter with salt and pepper. I'm not a fancy cook, but I love that one.
Totally lost Susan.
Mm-hmm.
Come back, Susan.
Okay, yarn.
Then we have color 798, which has, it's such a pretty heather. It has this beautiful, like, soft jade green intermixed with like a mauve and a little bit of a gold. So you're getting so much depth out of this color. Like, this green might be my favorite of all the colors because it just, the color mix is perfect. Then coming in a little more blue in the teal family, we have color 701. You can see it's a little heathered as well. There's a little bit more of like the almost navy teal, but then these little highlights of turquoise that I don't know if it shows up very well on camera. They kind of look white on camera. You'll have to trust me that they're turquoise.
I'm seeing lavender on the camera.
But it has like that deep water blue tone with the little twinkles of the water shining through from those little highlights.
If I pull back here, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's
on my
pretty
end.
close looking. It's a little bit too blue on the monitor, so but it is teal. A couple more wonderful projects that you can do with this yarn. This one would only take really 2 to 3 skeins because the yardage is like 6 yards over 2 skeins for the smaller size, and I'm like,
Stop a row 2 rows sooner.
no one's gonna know if you stop 2 rows early.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
This reminds me of another one we did, but in, fingering weight yarn. But it's just simple stockinette with the little shaping at the edge, top edge here. This is actually your bind off edge along the bottom here. And then you're slowly adding these little stair steps of more eyelets. So you're getting like this little jagged edge.
That's so cute.
I know, I really want to do this one. I might have to do it out of the green because it is so, so pretty. And because there's so much lace on it, it's not bulky, so you can easily wear it more as a cowboy cowl. She's kind of got it cowboy cowl-esque.
Put a little shawl cuff right on the shoulder.
Yeah. It would stay really nice. Or you can kind of drape it around more as a wrap. So it's very versatile in its size. But if you want to make it a little bigger and lean on that more like 256 yard size or even a little bit bigger, you could do 3 skeins. Then here's another fun 1 skein project, this Tilda hat, which is a great project for getting the hang of cables because you've got a right, then a left, then a right, then a left. And then just these little, I wish it would zoom in more because there's like these little 1x1 twist cables in between.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of get to learn your standard front and back cables and then an easy 1x1 that you can learn to do without a cable needle. Super cute. There's even matching mittens if you live somewhere cold enough to wear mittens. If you don't live somewhere cold enough to wear mittens, these turn into fingerless gloves really easy. You just stop right about there, do a little bit more ribbing right here. Ta-da.
Try it on when it's about an inch less than you want. You start your ribbing.
And look, it's a free pattern.
Bonus.
Okay, but wait, there's more colors.
Eep.
Right? Come more colors. Oh, I forgot about that pattern. I'm really excited to show the next pattern, so I better hurry up and show you guys more colors first. Darla, make it, Anna, and then show
I
us.
know, right?
I shall try my best.
We still have some Christmas gnomes that light up while Anna gets the next color.
We're getting more blue here with 1662, which is like cornflower denim.
Oh, you're getting fancy.
It has a little bit of that softer tone that cornflower would have, but it's too dark to be cornflower, so it's cornflower denim. It looks navy on the monitor, but it is not. It is a soft, like it's a softened navy basically. Then if you want a really soft blue, this one's like halfway between cornflower and periwinkle because it has just the slightest lavender leaning. This is 6033. And for anybody just joining us, this scrumptious yarn is bulky weight, 110 yards per skein. And it's 100% baby alpaca, so it is one of the softest yarns you have ever met in your life.
Definitely hand wash. Oh, that's pretty.
Yes, hand wash, dry flat. They even, I think it's really cute, on their symbols, they actually have a sweater on a mat.
Oh, that's cute.
Instead of that little line, because that little like minus line means dry flat, and it's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
This is really more of a periwinkle color. This is 1700.
Purple people, this is us.
We're hitting the purple leaning. Just wait, it gets more purple.
I know.
We've got kind of more of a lavender lilac heather, 3121. You can see it has some more red violet highlights, some more dusty purple shadows, to where you get that beautiful tonality of colors. I really like the heathery colors in this yarn a lot. Okay, here's another project that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to make this too. The hat was super fun to make, and I never knew there was a Phaedra cowl. It's got this really fun stitch pattern. Here, let me click on one of the ones laid flat. Where
pretty.
you've got like garter stitch, these little eyelet chevron columns, stockinette, the eyelet chevron columns, and then garter stitch again with just a 1x1 rib border. But it's just such a pretty pattern, super simple, but in something like Baby Alpaca, instead of standing up like this, it's going to drape and be very cozy. And this one only takes 2 to 3 skeins. Really, I would stick with the 2 skein size unless you're somewhere super cold and need to like get it up over your ears or something. But if you got 3 skeins, you could make the 2 skein cowl and the hat to match, which is also just called Phaedra. And that would be awesome to have a cute set. Then if you're a shawl knitter, Fundamental shawl is really cute. It's just a simple triangle shawl, but if I come in on a stitch pattern, you've got just a little texture play. You've got ribbing, garter, stockinette, eyelet, stockinette, repeat. Here's some other colors. Like this one looks a lot like that pretty lavender that we just looked at. And this one, I'd say you could get away with 2 to 3 skeins and just make it wherever it ends. Because you could end it at any of the garter sections. So you could end it before the last eyelet section. You could keep going. There's no rules. Okay. I could scroll on the patterns for a while because I have lots more.
Another quick look at our purple before she takes it away, because it's gonna take up space. We gotta move it.
A lot of colors.
It's going over there.
There's a beautiful rainbow behind me now.
I'll take a rainbow picture and put it on YouTube so everybody share with your friends that are not on Facebook. Let them know they can watch on YouTube.
We are moving on to some neutrals. we have the jet black, color 500. You know it's a jet black when it takes till you zoom all the way in before you can see any yarn texture, because it just absorbs all the light. Then for a nice charcoal heathered gray, we have 402. Then in more of the pewter silvery gray, we have 401.
That's a little more accurate.
You can see where I'm going here.
Mm-hmm.
Getting an ombre going. Color 501. This is where that slip over that I showed you guys earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Is really cute. You put the darkest color at the bottom and just go in order of your ombre, and it ends up super flattering. But let me pop a couple links in here real quick, because I have more things to show you guys that you can knit out of this heavenly yarn. This one, bulky lace scarf.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This one would be perfect if you've ever wanted to try your hand at lace, but the idea of size
6.
4 or smaller, potentially smaller needles, depending on the pattern, like those wedding ring shawls.
Those are still done on a 6 or an 8.
Really?
Yeah.
So if the idea of tiny needles and tiny yarn and then increase, decrease yarn over makes you go, scary, learn lace on something like bulky lace scarf, and then you get all the techniques down before you have the details much smaller. And look how pretty it is. You could do it with or without fringe. This yarn's going to make this stitch pattern nice and squishy and snuggly. And 2 skeins. That's it.
Nice.
And look at the needle size. 13s.
Awesome.
That is in the, yes, you still have time to knit this one for a holiday gift category. Because that one's going to be fast. Then another fun hat, the Wister hat, which has this really pretty spiral stitch pattern. And I think it's just like an SSK and a make one, basically, paired with the pearls in the background, so you get that really nice spiral pattern.
That one's very fascinating how they did it.
And look, the ribbing lines up.
Awesome.
They followed the rules, the unwritten rules, and they spiral nicely together at the top. I do kind of wish they'd showed a version without the palm, just like showing the top so you can see the pretty spiral. But I definitely think, because they made it nice and long, that you could get away with 1 skein if you wanted it more beanie size. Like if we look at projects, there's lots of people who say like, excuse me, 109 yards, 95 yards, so easily within 1 skein. I don't know what the heck that person's doing, because they said 328 yards.
Wonder if they double-stranded something.
Maybe, because their math is freaky. I want somebody to show the top so that we can see that pretty spiral on top, but everybody has a palm on it, which, while
Or
I love
only one
palms,
photo. Oh, here's 2 photos. Let's see that one. Nope.
It's basically the same photo. That one almost shows it top down like I wanted, but you can kind of see that it comes together in a pretty spiral at the top. That would be a fun hat to do.
It would. And we still have more colors.
Oh yes. I'm not even close to done.
Mm-mm.
That's why I keep having to put them behind me, 'cause I'm like, there's no way. It's not gonna fit. Continuing our neutral ombre, if you want to go from the cool tones to the warm, you can do 282 in this soft sand color. It's a little lighter in person than on camera.
Can't get it real. There we go.
If I had $1 for every time the camera lied about color.
Right? You know how much yarn we could have?
Right? Everything I owned would be 100% cashmere.
It's like a swear jar. We need a color jar.
Then warming up the color a little bit more, we have 204, which is kind of a toffee, almost caramel color.
I wanted to say camel.
Camel works too.
I'm trying in my head. I'm trying to get your
camel,
colors.
Camel works too, though, because it's almost like that vicuña color, but not quite dark enough.
Yeah. Oh, Melanie, it is so soft.
Then color 213, which is kind of a like soft dark chocolate.
We need to whip out one of those instant gratification ones we've talked about that had the little band and all the fringe.
Oh, Arica?
No. Just remember store one way back.
The seed stitch one.
Yeah.
With the loop.
Yeah. Double
We
strand.
need to rewrite that one because that pattern disappeared
Yeah.
into the ether.
Okay, Karen, there's a quick project for you. One night. Easy. Maybe an hour. You do this on the drive to the relative's house because you're like, OMG, so-and-so's going to be there and I forgot.
Okay, another fun and quick project. A little bit of textural difference in each pattern section, so about the time you start to get bored with one, you move on to the next. This is the sampler stitch beginner cowl. You've just got like a little knit 2 purl 2 checkerboard, some garter stitch. I love this little diamond pattern. That's right cute. Here, the little seed stitch diamonds. There's like a, looks like a mistake rib in there. Let's look at projects so we can see some of the other stitch
Oh, it's Mobius. Somebody did a Mobius anyway.
Yeah, somebody Mobiused theirs.
That's not even the same.
And somebody heavily modified it. Oh, here we go. So you can see there's like a little diagonal section, this little like triangle wedge section. But it's all just knits and purls. So about the time that you're like, okay, I want to do something else now, you get to move on to the next section. Some of these people need to block theirs still. But really fun, easy one that only takes 1 skein.
Whoa, that's good.
Yeah, that's it. 1 skein. Size 11 needles. If Karen knit it, she'd have it done in an hour. For everybody else, a night or 2.
Yeah.
Then
ooh, I like
have
this one.
Mellow Sun by Isabel Kramer.
It's
almost crescent-y, but it's a triangle shawl. But it has this nice curve to it.
Really pretty. I always find this one when I'm searching patterns. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't filter for whatever we're doing today.
But it's got this really pretty lace detail, some ribbing in between the 2 lace sections, these little baubles. If you don't like baubles, leave them off. Very easy. You just knit or purl those stitches where it told you to make the bauble. And then this really fun, like almost bauble picot bind off. Like it's an exaggerated picot bind off. This takes 5 skeins because it is a nice big, like the socially acceptable blanket level shawl, because it is a 75-inch wingspan, 29 inches deep. I'm sure there's some modification that could be done to make it smaller, but we'd have to look at the pattern. And it's in 4 different languages if you're so inclined as to test out your language skills.
Wow. We do have someone that reads German now. She said she'd help if I ever had a pattern.
Oh, nice. Okay, and then there are a few more colors. These are the hand paints, so speckles and variegated. We have the really fun camo color. This is color 40. With the olive green, a little mint, some taupe and chocolate, and then the creamy white of the natural fiber. Then we have color 142, which is the pretty sky blues and rust and charcoal gray. If you want a bright party in a skein, there's 141. This is like the whole rainbow in the skein. You've got the hot pink, the sunshine yellow, bright blue, persimmon orange, violet, lime green. Like the whole rainbow is in there, but in fabulous bright saturated speckles. Like look, there's like some Danielle pink right there where the pink got real dark.
The skein covers all of us here.
Mm-hmm. It's the whole Natique family in one skein. And then last but not least, color 145, which is a more toned down of the speckles. You've got the violet, more of like an emerald green, and then a little pop from the hot pink.
This one is cake sprinkles.
So that is the most subtle of the speckly bunch. Okay, then we will move on to classes. So let me link the calendar for you guys, because I cannot link from over there.
After the video, give me about 2 hours and I'll have everything in the collective.
Yeah, you're really good at catching back up to all the stuff that I didn't have time to link on 3 pages at once while talking.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm just like you say you don't want to take on my job. I don't want to take on yours. That's enough.
I like my job.
Okay, coming up tomorrow we have the Dragonfire Cowl class. This one takes super bulky yarn, which is 1 skein of Savvy or 2 of Rasta to make this gorgeous cowl. In class we're going to teach you how to work this really fun border pattern. We'll talk about how to do it as you go, as well as how to do it in the border at the end. Size 15 needles, so it's super fast. And the pre-work is not very much. It's like less than an hour of knitting. Easy. And then coming up next Tuesday, November 8th, we have the Neon Rainbows Shawl class. This one can be done with 2 full skeins of fingering weight yarn, or it can be done with mini skeins. Like I used one of these mini skein merriment packs here. I did make it larger, but you don't have to do that to use up the colors. I have a problem with going rogue. But we'll write notes of how to do it without making it larger, because trust me, you don't want to make it larger. This thing is like ginormous. But very fun knit. We'll teach you how to do the shaping of the crescent shawl, how to do the little mosaic stitch pattern, and then you're good to go. All you have to do is keep track of what row you're on after that. Then on Wednesday, November 9th and 16th, we have the Felted Bucket Hat class. This one is done with a worsted weight 100% wool yarn. So something like Noro Ito or Viola. And then you knit it on big needles and then felt it to shrink it to size and to give it its shape. Very fun project, and felted hats make really great hats when it's rainy like we've been lately, because it keeps the water from getting through. Wool is somewhat water resistant.
It's almost hydrophobic.
Yeah, it's a pretty magical fiber because it's also somewhat flame resistant. Like if a spark falls on it, a spark will just fizzle out.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough time to catch before the wool goes, no,
Not today.
I don't think so. Then on Tuesday, November 15th, we have the Adventures in Cables scarf class. If you've been wanting to learn how to do cables, this is a perfect project. Worsted weight yarn, you need 350 yards. So Rios, Classy Cashmere, a bunch of the Noros.
Luca.
Oh, Luca would be nice.
Yeah.
14, I think, is worsted.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
Just go to the worsted section on NatiqueYarns.com and pick your favorite, because they'll all be great.
One caveat is when I made this scarf, we only had enough yarn to do this size, so I made it skinnier and shorter.
Yeah,
Yours will be
written
3 or 4
yeah,
cable bands, so yours will be wider and longer.
but we can probably give you the numbers for making it the narrower size if you like the skinny one.
Yeah.
Then last but not least for now, we have the first of our Turkey Day classes. This is one of the patterns we designed for our Azores collection from our yarns. This is Santa Catarina. This one is 1 skein or merino cloud double stranded. You have a little pre-work to do the garter stitch border, because that way in the 1 hour free class we can teach you how to do the lace pattern.
I want to see this in Greek Isles.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be pretty.
And 7 Natique and electric
And
slide. Just one of everything, please. And this one we have 2 options for the class, because you guys have asked us to have more in-person classes, so we are testing that out with our Turkey Day classes. We have the Zoom class from 11 to noon in the morning on November 19th. That's a Saturday. And then we have a in-person class from 4 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon on that same day. So we are going to test out making it so that we can have in-person and Zoom so that everybody can be included. In-person will be around our beautiful round table. And in-person can only take 8 when it is sold out. I'm sorry, it is sold out because we cannot make you all be like a bunch of kindergartners and cram you together like sardines.
Darla, the pre-work will be in the description of the class on the page you signed up from.
Yep, it should all be there. If you can't find it, send us an email at hello@natiqueyarns.com and we will help you with where that information is at. But we will move on to what are we wearing, which I am wearing my Comfort Fade cardigan, which is a really fun top-down DK weight raglan sweater. You're doing a fade of your different colors. Like you can really see it in the sleeves, the little stripy sections. And you do it with the purl side out. You actually are knitting it inside out, basically. You're working on the knit side when you're doing the sleeves, and then you just turn it the other way around. But the purl side is what really blends the fade. You can see if I show you the knit side, it's much more stripy than like over here in the garter stitch of the border.
I've gone rogue on mine. I'm doing it knit side out.
Weird.
And I prefer knit side out.
And then I normally do, but not for the fade. And then it's got this big shawl collar, so you can easily kind of pull it up on your neck if it's really cold, or fold it back more on your shoulders. You can pin it in the front if it's, if you need to keep the draft out. Wear it with one of those fashion fasteners. It's a very flexible sweater. This is another one of my favorites.
Might even be cute with a thin leather belt just to hold it.
Oh yeah, if I had any idea where my leather belt went, that'd be great.
So I am wearing a version of Mien because it sounds like mine and it looks like little seagull feet. Little tuck stitch pattern. I had the brilliant idea this morning of putting buttons here, but that was this morning as I was running out the door. So I got this cute little tassel shawl pin.
We'll add buttons to her later.
Yeah. Super fun pattern to do.
Oh,
it's one of
why?
my favorites.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to
just
link
trying
it
to-
for you guys, and it keeps not saving the link and giving you Comfort Fade. There we go. Okay, I was about ready to slap the computer.
Don't do that. We need it. Wait, who? What?
She said, "But Anna, you got organized." I'm like, I did.
Yay.
I mean,
Well
I
done.
organized my stuff.
Well done.
Didn't necessarily organize me. I'm still not organized, but my stuff is. Okay, so I think that's going to be it, everyone. We've got to get ready to open the store, pull your orders. I have machine knitting class in a little over an hour. So we'll see y'all again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.